So Johnny Fappleseed, resident player from Columbus, a name that you'll see very frequently if you're familiar with the Beatdown at the Bit series. And Green Ranger, a regular of the... Oh, very prompt today. I was not expecting him to be the first one here. We're always surprised whenever Marcus shows up early because it takes him forever otherwise. But Green Ranger is a resident player of the Cleveland, Northeast Ohio fighting game scene. Traditionally plays Zeku, has a Blanca as well. I think Johnny Fappleseed only has a Urien. I could be wrong.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. So one thing that I've noticed about these tournaments is you hardly ever see, or at least I hardly ever notice Shoto play in these tournaments. Like we don't have like an overwhelming amount of Kages or an overwhelming amount of Ryus or anything like that. Or at least not on stream, which is the interesting thing, because I mean, maybe that's a testament to, you know, Midwest being a cut above the rest, because you never see characters like that in professional play either.
Yeah. I remember this like 1 week for Dragon Punch. I think it was our 8th one, where we had like a bunch of Akumas, 2 Zangiefs, and then like we saw Green Ranger a lot that day, so we saw a lot of Zeku as well. It was definitely our most interesting lineup.
Ooh, a lot of Zeku. That would be interesting. This character's got some strange matchups. Definitely a character that I fear when in the raid hands. There are times where I think to myself, am I going to lose to the old Zeku or the young Zeku? Like, it's always one of the two. One of the two is incredibly skewed. Alright, looks like they're going straight into it. Yep.
We're gonna get started with our first match here for Dragon Punch number 13. Mr. Green Ranger versus Johnny Fappleseed. So now I'm just gonna go to character select, which I would assume you have character select on.
Sure hope so. Sure hope it's first to 3 too. Didn't even think about it. But I'm sure they'll know what to do. They're fairly experienced in these if we somehow mess it up.
They're fairly experienced, and they are also like have their typical characters locked in as their favorites, so
yep.
If nothing else, they at least are starting off with what we would assume to be their best characters. We got Green.
Zeku's one of those characters that I'm always wondering what is he gonna start out with? What's the neutral plan as soon as the game starts?
You see, that's the thing about Green Ranger. There is no neutral.
Round 1.
Oh, okay, jump back, definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision for him to try and back up immediately at the start. Fappleseed opts for V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 2.
Looks like they're trying to fight the netcode right now.
Yeah, seems like it.
Fappleseed getting some free netcode chipping.
Yeah, this is definitely not a scenario where I would really like to give Urien a lot of screen space, especially because it gives him free real estate to charge a V-Skill 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Fappleseed on the miss read on the jump in.
Yeah, a lot of jump ins here.
Back throw into the corner, goes for the overhead, goes for side switch, doesn't get a cross up, goes for another back throw, but nice tech from Fappleseed.
Oh man, pressing buttons.
Okay, conversion to reset, the 2. Oh, bust out with the EX headbutt. And another forward throw.
Just using that V trigger like it's nothing. Fairly certain that's safe as well. I don't know if that's gonna.
Is that gonna clip?
Oh wow!
Wow, that barely clipped.
Getting that anti-air hitbox.
I was not expecting that to reach.
Very barely. That would have been nuts if he would have gone over. Going into round 2, Johnny Fappleseed with a little bit more than half meter, and Green Ranger with none.
And there's no circumstance where I can imagine that these two have ever fought before. And the first battle of fighting Marcus is just figuring out just what the hell is going on in this man's head.
I'll tell you what, every single time he's gotten him into the corner, he's gone into the corner himself. There's a lot of switching around going on here.
There's a...
Jumping back, relieving all that corner pressure. I'm guessing he wanted to go for the stance change.
Chase him down with the EX tackle.
Ooh!
Slowly pushing him down to the corner.
Pretty nasty. Yeah, that'll be it. Kept catching him with those low light confirms.
Final round.
Yeah, Green Ranger moving back a lot, not watching his toes. Oh. Oh god.
Man, these.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
Oh no, please.
We play rollback fighters here.
Yep. That's what they're terrified of. They're terrified of getting a poke and then seeing the health bar go back up.
Jeez.
Oh, nice light string.
Listen, the SF5 online experience is bad, but it can't be as bad as the Neo Geo experience I had yesterday. As long as you're not desynced, you can still fight.
Oh man. A lot of just poking going on right here. I feel like more wacky stuff would be happening if they actually trusted their hitboxes to land where they were. Oh, that was probably
He pressed a button
supposed
after.
to be an EXDP, but I imagine that input leniency got caught in the net code.
Well,
Or maybe it was a critical alert. I don't know.
that has to be intentional. Green Ranger taking the very first game of the set. I have no opinions. Okay.
All right, let's see if the first two. Okay.
So I would imagine Fappleseed's gonna stick it out. I don't believe he has any other characters, so the only other potential change I could see him making is if he changes his V-trigger or V-skill, but it looks like he's gonna opt to stick with what he has. Run slide into overhead. Okay. Jump back air to air. Osanto. Fails to get the counter conversion on that stand medium punch. Misses it again. Not sure if he's just like not expecting those medium punches to counter hit or.
Checking that dash. Or rather, the command dash.
Ooh, snuffs out the EX tackle.
The EX tackle. That is
That's dead.
kind of devastating. I don't know if I could have brought that back after somebody just kept pressuring me after I did something like that. This the Zeku skin is definitely difficult to remind yourself which mode he's in.
Yeah, Fappleseed doing a really good job at locking Green Ranger into the corner as Green Ranger proceeds to jump out as I say that.
Yep. Just commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. Ooh, okay, back throw for damage. Loses the corner advance that he has, but managed to bait out the EXDP.
Gets the Oki, and he's keeping that block. Oh. This could be interesting. Goes for the slow get up to avoid the Oki setup.
And the whiff punish.
I would say we're gonna get a game 3.
Yep.
Urien wins.
That was definitely a lot of clean play by Fappleseed there. But to be fair, it did look like the game was playing a little smoother that time.
Yep. Green Ranger opting to stick with Zeku. No Blanca pick today. Although I really feel like the Blanca would be like a really good character for whatever netcode situation they're possibly dealing with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lots of wacky stuff on that character. And getting that jump in.
I find it interesting.
Oh man, that was a max range Zeku kick.
I find it interesting that like Green Ranger is consistently going for buffer crouch medium kick into Graham, whether the crouch medium kick hits or not. The weird thing is that whatever button that Fappleseed's pressing after that sequence, he's getting counter hit.
Oh man, DP in his face. I guess he must have missed a link or something.
Counter hit into reset. Punches with
Oh, and the
another
armor
V trigger
through
too.
the V reversal.
Oh,
and he
and the
catches
side
him on the
switch?
EXDP.
Let's go.
Oh man.
That was a
Now see, that wasn't even a Urien mix-up. That was Green Ranger mixing himself up.
dang.
Too many things keeping him in the air, letting him jump, you know, dash under him and all that stuff. So it looks like he's going for the immediate switch into young Zeku. I guess he's going to try to get some kind of like wacky pressure on. Oh, anti-air jabs. Rather catching that that jump from wake up. And the headbutt making Urien immune to the grab.
Fappleseed really getting a read on GreenRanger's throw game.
Wonder if that. Oh. Wonder if Green Ranger's gonna mash out another critical art.
I'd imagine it's gonna be likely at some point. All right, V reversal.
Probably.
Holds V trigger 2.
Oh, I think he could have done the critical art there.
Critical art probably would have killed. Oh, yeah. But he really
Oh,
didn't need
but
it.
hey, this is a good scenario. He gets to keep the meter and he goes to round 3.
Not really a fan of that panic EX headbutt. Fappleseed was nowhere in the range that possibly hit.
Ooh, that big damage on the jump in.
Alright, appears to be starting out this round pretty well. Snuffed whatever EX option that GreenRanger was going to pull off at the start of the round.
Green Ranger is a braver man than I, pressing a button after that EX chariot tackle.
Oh my god. Either brave or foolish, and I'm inclined to believe the latter. Nice snuff on the air.
Oh man. Fappleseed's not having it this time. But finds himself into the corner.
Yeah, but Fappleseed still has a significant life lead. He really doesn't have to worry too much here.
Another instance of Green Ranger forcing himself in the corner and pressing a button.
Urien wins.
Fappleseed's gonna take this first set. Going 2-1 over Mr. Green Ranger. I think he counter-adapted to Marcus's style of play fairly well. Like, Green Ranger's definitely a kind of player where you really need to just, like, have that first round just be a display of what it is your opponent's gonna do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff there where, definitely a lot of variance in play whenever Green Ranger was in the deficit. And there were instances like when Green Ranger put himself into the corner and Fappleseed recognized that and began to neutral jump medium punch because he knew that when Green Ranger puts himself into the corner using a cross up or Zeku's command flip, he knew that he would immediately try to jump back out of the corner, you know, try to find an opportunity to do so, and gave him a lot of free damage in that final round.